Good morning everybody, good afternoon and good evening. Welcome to What's Up vlog 158. And I'm not on Zwift. I'm braving the elements to go for a ride with fellow WKG'er and my travel partner, or one of my travel partners from Mont Ventoux, Mr. Shaun Lowe. So I was up pretty early, but I'm actually running about 20 minutes late. So Shaun, when you see this, I'm sure I'll have explained why when I see you, but basically my son went out last night, left his car, blocking our car in, and I had a mad hunt to try and find keys to move his car so that I could get out of our driveway. So not my fault at all. So I'm on my way to Sittingbourne. Oops, wobbling around a little bit. Right, I'm on my way to Sittingbourne this morning, and I think Shaun has mapped out a kind of 60 mile-ish, or was it 60 kilometers? 40 miles. Right, let's say 50 mile-ish route around his local roads. So I'm looking forward to that. It's raining at the moment, not especially heavily, but it's just dull, dank, drizzly. But then it is April in the UK, so I'm not sure what else I'd expect. I've got R2 packed up in the back. I charged the Di2 last night. Not the Di2, whoa, that's like blasphemy. I charged the ETAP last night. I charged the rotor power meter. My Wahoo Bolt is fully charged. I'm hoping this GoPro is fully charged. That's the one thing I didn't check, but it looks like it's got a fair bit of battery. I'm fully charged, to be fair. I had quite a hearty breakfast of fruit and fibre, very big bowl of fruit and fibre, which probably just means I'm going to need the toilet all day. But I'm good to go. I've got a nice little travel coffee with me to wake me up on this journey. It's actually only about 40 minutes away from where I live. So all being well, traffic-wise, which it seems to be fine at the moment, touch wood, there is none, I should be there very soon. But I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, other than I did the hard knot rides, when was that? End of January, early Feb? Can't remember. That's the only outdoor riding I've done this year, and that was so tough that it wasn't even like a proper sort of point A to point B ride or a loop or anything. It was a bit bitty, but thoroughly enjoyable and incredibly painful, but not really the right kind of ride for me to test out the new additions to my bike. So I'm hoping today, particularly if it does dry up a bit, I'll get to see any benefits from the aero wheels, obviously ETAP, which I already know I absolutely love, and the power meter, where I was so consumed with pain and discomfort, I don't remember really looking at any power figures at all, looking down at my display to see what kind of power I was putting out. So hopefully today I can pay a little bit more attention to that, particularly like left-right leg balance and things like that. I think it'll be really useful information. So as much as this is just going to be a fun ride, and I'm not going to be filming all day because I want to just enjoy a ride with Shaun, I will try and make it a kind of review on those products as well, but we'll just play it by ear as always. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now and concentrate on driving, and I will catch you when I'm there. That's what your overshoes look like when they're unzipped. Alright, ladies and gents, we've got, how far did we get? 1.1 kilometres in, first puncture of the day. We're considering abandoning this because with the weather the way it is, there's a good chance it's going to be a puncture every 1.1 kilometres, if I'm honest. It's bloody horrible. I don't know whose idea this was, it was stupid.
Yours.
He had, because I was late, Shaun had plenty of time to phone me up and say, don't bother, the weather's crap. And he definitely should have done. Without wanting to be mean, I'm glad it's happened to you, because Each one of these tyres took me about 3/4 of an hour to put on.
Oh, they're that tight.
They are horrendous. So,
What happens when you do get a puncture?
well, I don't know. Right. About this, my toe is absolutely fine. Can't even feel it. I mean, again, that might be because of the cold. To be honest, it's been much better than I was expecting anyway. I took the strapping off about a week ago. Yeah, it's almost too embarrassing now to say, you know what, it's not actually that bad. No, I took all the strapping off about like early this week, Monday, Tuesday. Haven't put it back on because it just doesn't feel that bad. Yeah. Ride done. That was absolutely brilliant fun. Really enjoyed it despite the grotty, horrible weather. We were tempted to turn around and come back when Shaun got a puncture 1 kilometre into the ride, but I'm really pleased we persevered. Some really nice roads, some good, pretty tough climbs actually, which quite comically I started off nice and strong and was thinking, this is alright on the hardest climb we did. And only to realise it got a heck of a lot steeper, and I was then fumbling around trying to find easy gears as Shaun came flying past me. But that I shouldn't have been surprised by that at all. But that was really good fun. Really lovely to go back and meet Shaun's family and have a nice coffee. So thank you very much, my friend, for that. It was really nice. Sorry I left a big damp patch on your chair with my soggy bib shorts, which basically it just worked as a sponge to absorb all the moisture that was being thrown at us. One thing I'm not so happy with you about, Shaun, is it is entirely your fault that my bike looks like that. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can get. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're seeing there, but my beautiful pride and joy is ruined, and it is 100% Shaun Lowe's fault, not mine, because Shaun had plenty of time to cancel this ride, and I even gave him an extra half an hour to cancel this ride by being late. He knew what the weather was like and decided to do it anyway. So that mess in the back there of my car is entirely your fault, Shaun. And I've got to say, I'm having slight palpitations at the thought of all that dirt and grit drying on the bike. So I'm definitely trying to get home to get the jet washer out and clean it up. But no, it was yeah, really good fun ride. So even in horrible British weather, there are a lot worse things you could be doing on a Sunday morning, and that was really nice. So thank you again, Shaun, for putting that together. Quick review on the bits on the bike, because that was definitely a much more thorough test of them than when I did Hard Knot. Hard Knot was all about climbing very steep hills. This was more mixed. We had some nice long flats, we had a couple of decent descents, we had some long shallow climbs that went on for a while, and a couple of pretty steep nasty kickers. ETAP, just love it, absolutely love it. I mentioned it in my last video, or last outdoor ride. Absolutely love it. I do have a couple of gears that are rattling a little bit, so I'm going to need to play with the indexing and just check all the adjustments on that. One funny thing that's happened is, where that is only my second ride since putting new everything on the bike basically, I am always aware that things will sort of loosen up after they've first been fitted, and then will need to be retightened. And stupidly, I didn't think to check that before we went on a ride. So my right hand lever basically slipped down about 3 inches down the handlebars and made a bit of a mess of my lovely new bar tape, but nothing that can't be repaired. So there are a few little tweaks and a bit of tidying up that needs to be done, probably all over the bike. So once I've cleaned her up, that'll be the next job. But yeah, all in all, really good fun. ETAP is fantastic. It's just brilliant. And obviously very waterproof, which was a relief because it got a thorough soaking today. I sat in Shaun's wheel for most of the ride, as you'll be able to see from the very limited riding footage I actually got, which protected me from the wind, but obviously meant I was getting rain and dirt and grit spat up in my face from Shaun's rear wheel. So it was kind of a lesser of two evils. I let Shaun do all the hard work with his legs, and I'll just take the crap being spat up full in the face. My face actually feels all tight now. Anyway, power meter, the rotor power meter, that's the first time I've managed to really have a good look at that as well. Definitely the first time I've actually been able to pay attention to the power figures whilst riding. I was quite impressed with myself. There seems to be some quite good numbers coming out of that. But that also was faultless and obviously waterproof. Not much more I can tell you about that. I don't know how to determine how accurate it is. It gave me power numbers. It's been calibrated, so I'm going to assume those power numbers are accurate. What else? The Dana Superleggera handlebars, first proper ride on those as well. I don't know if it was just those or those in conjunction with the Vittoria tyres. So comfortable. It felt, the roads weren't bad, but you know, they're typical British roads, but it did feel really lovely and smooth, really nicely cushioned. Again, considering the grotty weather, it was I was sort of gripping quite tight and a little bit tense on the bike, but it felt really nice. Aero wheels, I didn't get any buffeting from the side. I didn't find any problems with that. They do seem fast as well on the flats, and any kind of slight descent, they did feel fast. Again, I was being sort of protected from the wind by Shaun, but they did seem to there do seem to be aero benefits there, which I wasn't sure if I'd ever really noticed, but I don't know, maybe I just want them to be brilliant because they look so good, but they felt really nice. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can tell you. I'm desperate to get home, have a shower after I've got to wash the bike first. Definitely, that's the first thing I'm doing. I left my Wahoo on when I jumped back in the car, so I've got an extra few miles at probably 40 miles an hour on this trip. So I'll have to try and work out how to delete that from the Strava file. But yeah, really fun day. Even on miserable days like this, I can't think of many things I'd rather be doing on a Sunday morning. So absolute pleasure to ride with you, Shaun, and I really look forward to France. I think we're going to have a real good giggle and do some really nice riding, and I'm beyond excited. So bring it on. Right, I'm going to wrap up here. The next vlog you will see will probably be episode 2 of the What the F vlogs by Mrs. Marcus Neal, who really does deserve to be named by her own name, but to protect the innocent, I will keep referring to her as Mrs. Marcus Neal for now. Yeah, so that's probably the next one you're going to see. That's it. I think amazingly I've run out of things to talk about. Oh, the gilet. I was wearing the lightweight compact gilet, and it was really good considering again the weather. It took a real battering, but my upper body felt absolutely fine. The only thing that's cold now are my hands and feet, but it wasn't the full winter gilet, but it still seemed to do a really good job of breaking wind, blocking the wind, and kept me relatively comfortable considering the amount of water being thrown at me. So there you go. And that wasn't a sales pitch because they're all sold, so it doesn't matter. There we go. Definitely wrapping up now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.